Hello, I'm Kevin, and today is Thursday, December 5th, 2024, and I have some things to show. The first thing is I got the mandala I made yesterday. Yeah. So from far away, it kind of looks like a flower. But like I said, these are all math functions. You can see the outer ring of the sign. Under that is like x cubed, and then the step function, and then a parabola, and then the exponential function, and then a linear function, and then a constant function in the middle. But yeah, it looks pretty nice when you repeat the same pattern. And I don't know if it will show on the camera. Oh yeah, it can focus. The pencil marks are where I drew with my right hand. And the marker is completely with my left hand. So my left hand is definitely a lot more stable than my right hand. So do I count as ambidextrous because I'm originally right-handed and now I'm using my left hand? I don't know. I don't know if this has happened. Well, I'm sure this has happened before, but I don't know anyone who's had this as a problem. The next thing is I saw an ad online for a Book of the Month club, and it was advertising hardcovers for only $5 a month, and I ordered like one for the Black Friday sale. But basically, the book selection is not very wide. Like I haven't really heard of any of the books or authors that were available for purchase. They do have an audiobook section that I didn't look at, but I just picked a book that sounded interesting. And yeah, so this is the box. I can hold it up. My left hand is doing most of the work here. Okay. So it says book in really big font. I didn't actually open it yet. I just cut the tape here. It has my address on the bottom, so I'm not going to show the sides of the box. And here is the inside of the box. Oh, it came with the hat. It says fiction forward on the top of the box. And the hat says book person. There's cardboard in the hat. I guess to keep its shape, I don't know. And my head is always a little bit too big. I'll adjust it later. Anyways, I haven't really ordered or read any foreign books. So I got this book, A Gentleman in Moscow. And it's a novel written by Amor Towles. Published by biking. And there's this symbol up top right here. And it's a BOT in this symbol. So, I guess that might be the publisher. I don't know. It says September 2016. I'm not sure if that's the publishing date or something. Wow, this is a legit published book. On the inside cover it says US $27. In Canada $36. And the blurb is, he can't leave, you won't want to. With his breakout novel with rules of civility, Amor Towles, sorry if I'm mispronouncing, established himself as a master of absorbing sophisticated fiction, bringing late 1930s Manhattan to life with splendid atmosphere and a flawless command of style. A gentleman in Moscow immerses us in another elegantly drawn era with the story of Count Alexander Rostov. So it's about the Count being an aristocrat, and he's sentenced to house arrest in a hotel, and he needs to live in an attic, and while the Russian history advances outside the door, he forges friendships with the other residents of a hotel, and an American and a chef. And then he needs to protect a young girl who appears somewhere in the story. Brimming with humor, a glittering cast of characters, and one beautifully rendered scene after another, this singular novel casts a spell as it relates the Count's endeavor to gain a deeper understanding of what it means to be a man of purpose. Now let's check the other side of the blurb. Sorry, the lighting is whack. I guess it doesn't like the hat. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't like the hat. Now it's too bright. More towles. He was born and raised in Boston. Graduated Yale, MA in English from Stanford, an investment professional for 20 plus years. His first novel, Rules of Civility, published in 2011. Towles lives in Manhattan with his wife and 2 children. Cool. Oh, it's printed by Penguin Random House in New York. I don't know why it says Viking. Maybe it's a branch of Penguin, but yeah. This is going to be a new foray for me. And they also gave me stickers. This book is the sheet. They gave me a bookmark as well. Book of the month. And then a bookmark submitted by the members actually come up with these puns, I guess. Okay. This is the sticker sheet, I guess, for Black Friday. You get one for free or something. Maybe it comes in every month. Yeah, these stickers are somewhat winter themed. So like, there's a snowman. There's Merry Fictions. I don't know what the others are though. I think that's chocolate. There's a Christmas. Oh, eggnog, but they wrote nog. And fiction forward. This is the whatever pamphlet, a book of the month. Oh, BOT is. Oh, okay. This is this logo. So remember when I said the BOT? That the book itself is the M. That's kind of clever, but it's very subtle. Yeah, I just would like bought. But yeah, cool. That's cool. Anyways, today I finished The Name of the Wind again. So yeah, I studied Kamala's book, that she wrote. I think it. I can't remember book titles. It was like something about truth, whatever. Anyways, the title is not that important. I just read the first chapter and I got to know her background working as actually a former child, and the conditions where she grew up, and how she grew up, as well as her rise to, or her how do I put it, desire, or when she made the decision to run for the DA's office, District Attorney's office in San Francisco. That's up. So it basically takes you from her birth and childhood, into her political career, the beginning of it. But yeah, I feel like it's called something like yeah, it's definitely like American and Truth. I know it doesn't use the word American. I could be completely wrong right now. Let me just look it up. But anyways, I realized that I said Kamala is her name, but in the book she wrote that the proper pronunciation of her name is comma, like the punctuation, comma la. So it's not Kamala, it's Kamala, and that just threw me off because I was like, dang, I did not know that. Oh, here we go. The truths we hold, an American journey. Yeah. So I was right that the word truths or truth was in there, and that the American was not the main one. But anyways, it's a pretty interesting book. I mean, I just started, so but I really wish, based on the first chapter, that we could have had a president that was articulate and stuff. But maybe next time. Another one of the books I got from Barnes and Nobles is about. Um, it's a little red book. Little. Hold on, I'm just gonna Google the title. Okay, the title is On Disinformation: How to Fight for Truth and Protect Democracy, by Lee mcintyre. um, so I saw that on the shelf. It's a thin book, and I was like, I wonder what this is about, because at the time, like, I went to the bookstore like last week, like right after Thanksgiving. So this book I thought was still relevant. Well, it's still relevant, but basically, this book was published in 2023. Well, he mentions that, oh, next year is an election year, and we need to do stuff, before Donald Trump is elected president. And basically, he laid out a lot of good points about what people are doing and why they're doing it, and how we get stuck in this kind of cycle of, you know, you know, um, a better way to show it is in real life. Um, you don't really talk to people as much face to face, with the advent of social media and email and stuff. Social media, you just need to scroll for like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 15 seconds before you find a political post. And sometimes the post is correct, sometimes it's wrong. But it's never coming from the actual people. And the author says that Trump is a disinformation genius. So it takes more effort to quell or disprove a lie than it does to tell a lie. So pretty much, if you tell 1,000 lies and people disprove one, the other 999 lies are still out there. And some people, they like him. So if you hear something from a person you like, you kind of keep it, or keep at least a part of it. And if someone just tells you, "Oh, you're wrong," you could, if you have an open mind, say, "Oh, thinking about it now, that this information is wrong. I need to update my internal thoughts." But it's much, much, much easier to just say, "No, you're lying," or "No, that's fake news," or "No, you're brainwashed," and just shut down the conversation entirely. And I have a Twitter account. I don't post often, especially not about politics, but it's an unavoidable topic. on the timeline, at least on my timeline. So I always see posts like, oh, Trump is saying this, or Trump did this. And then when I click into that post, all the top comments are like the opposite party or opposers being very aggressive in their stance, saying, "Oh, he's not a criminal. He has 34 convictions because Biden's DOJ is against him," or we're weaponizing the Justice Department to get rid of political parties. And then if you click on a post that says positive stuff about Biden, it's more like for example, Biden arranged a ceasefire. I don't know how true that is or how that's currently going. But then there's people in the comments saying, "Oh, Biden didn't do anything. He probably had other people do it, or they just have a ceasefire because they fear Trump coming into office and killing all of them," which I feel like is an insane thing to say. But yeah, it's like seeing kids on the playground being like, "This is mine. No, that's mine. Give it back. This, oh no," and then it's just bickering back and forth. And I have to remember, like, most of these people are older than me. Like, they've been on Twitter since Twitter has started. Like, I don't know when was Twitter founded. Like, sometimes in the 2000s, I guess. But you're never gonna meet these people. You're not going to do anything if you win an argument against them or if they just close the website. Okay, I think this video has gone a little bit off topic. I guess that just relates to the book where he says, or the author says, the most effective way is to get out there and talk to people, like face to face, and let them realize that these things are true, or lay out the facts in front of them and talk to them about why they think, Trump is a better choice over Biden or Kamala, and yeah, he says it's going to be very hard, and as it turned out, it's not good enough. A couple months in for Kamala to prepare for elections, but we'll just have to deal with it, as Kamala says in her first chapter. Actually, she said in 2016 she won her Senate seat, but the same year, that was the same election where the presidential election went to Trump, and no one expected that, or none of the Democrats really expected that, because all the projections were saying that Hillary would win, Hillary Clinton. But she made a point of like, okay, this was not ideal from her perspective, but she's not gonna sit around in the Senate and do nothing. She's gonna fight. Um, yeah. So, yeah. Recent news. There was the CEO of United Healthcare Company. He walked out of his hotel and he got shot in the I don't know, in the back and the leg. I don't really remember, but he got shot and he died. And the gunman is the gunman was in New York City. Who knows where he is now? After running off on a bike or something. But with my experience dealing with the healthcare system, that's one of the worst things about America as a developed nation. Like, there's so many hoops and um, regulations or like restrictions that you have to jump through to get the bare minimum of care. I'm very fortunate that I'm at the right age and I'm at the right income level, which is none, where I'm put on Medicaid, and my hospital usually deals with the, issues that arise for denials and claims and whatever. But basically, these healthcare companies are trying to drain our pockets of anything. um, for example, earlier, like soon after United CEO was shot, Anthem Blue Cross, or I don't know if Anthem, but Blue Cross Blue Shield, um, the company said they were cutting back the amount of qualifying hours to of anesthesia for surgeries. For example, like my brain surgery used general anesthetic. I was kept awake at some times. I was put to sleep. They woke me up for part of it, the craniotomy, and then they put me back to sleep, and then they woke me up when everything was done. If that took like 7 hours, then they would have to tell them, oh, we used this guy for 7 hours, so you have to pay him for 7 hours. Now it's like, oh, if you do this surgery, you have to tell them beforehand how many hours. So you could say 7 hours, but if there are complications, then it takes longer than that, say 9 hours. And the patient who just underwent surgery, like a major surgery, would be on the hook for 2 hours of anesthesia or anesthetic work, as a bill. And I gotta say, those things are not cheap. And it puts pressure, like, the surgery team is, like, going to be thinking, oh, we gotta get this done in, like, 7 hours. So they feel pressured on time, and that shouldn't be the role of, healthcare providers. But, people online are like, oh, you did that when the CEO of one of the largest healthcare companies was just shot. Hey, here's the name of the BCBS CEO. And while I don't condone violence, it's very understandable for why people feel that way. Because if you already live like paycheck to paycheck, or if you don't have income like me, and you don't have my circumstances where my parents, care about me past 18 years old, or I have a support network. Yeah, I'm in a specific circumstance that's very unique to me, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm also grateful for, the Medicaid and the ACA, which looks like it's going to be in danger, depending on, Trump's concept of a plan to replace it. And it's not even the new year. Thankfully, BCBS said that they would pull back on that measure, so they're not doing it. But that's just, I think that's just because of the backlash and the social aspect of it. Like, everybody's talking about healthcare right now because the guy got shot. But, who knows? Maybe next year they'll try to sneakily reintroduce that. Anyways, this is going to take forever to upload, so I don't know if it'll still count as like December. What today's date? December 5. So it might show up on YouTube at December 6th. But it was recorded on December 5th. Anyways, this is one of the longer videos. Oh, I finished Name of the Wind yesterday. Anyways, lovely to see you guys. Thanks for listening to my rant, and I'll see you tomorrow.